What is a freight broker? Seems like a straightforward question, but you'd be surprised at how many people aren't aware of exactly what a freight broker is and does. And in this video, we will help you better understand the role of a freight broker in the movement of cargo. I'm Benjamin Kowalski with Freight 360, where we provide the latest transportation sales tips and training videos to help you reach your goals faster. If you're new here, make sure you go ahead and hit the subscribe button to be notified when we drop our weekly videos. And all of the links and details will be found in the description box below. For more free content, please be sure to check out our website, freight360.net, to access our entire searchable library. Now, what exactly is a freight broker? In the simplest terms, a freight broker is the middleman between companies that ship goods and the trucking companies that haul them. They broker the transaction, which is why they are legally called freight brokers. Now, to better understand the role of a freight broker, first we need to identify the key players in a standard brokered load. And we're going to begin with the shipper. They're the ones who hire a broker to arrange the transport of their goods or products. They're the ones that pay the freight brokers for their services. Next in line is the actual freight broker. And what they do is they hire a motor carrier to pick up and deliver the freight. The freight broker pays the motor carrier for hauling the freight. And lastly, but most importantly, you have the motor carrier. They actually pick up and deliver the freight or cargo, and they own or lease the trucks and the truck drivers. Now, we can easily explain the role of a freight broker by relating it to some other common types of brokers. In real estate and insurance sales, the use of brokers is pretty common. In real estate, the buyer and seller of a property typically use a real estate broker or an agent to facilitate the transaction. The broker or agent connects both parties, just like a freight broker does with shippers and motor carriers. It's the same concept, and we can apply it also with insurance brokers. The insurance broker or agent connects the individual that needs insurance with multiple insurance providers or carriers that can underwrite the policies. Now, in the freight industry, the broker earns their profit by charging the shipping customer a higher rate than they paid the motor carrier. This profit pays the broker for their work in facilitating that transaction. Now, what I'd like to do is clarify and define the players within the industry. And again, first at the top of the transaction is the shipper. They are often referred to by brokers as their customers, because the shipper is the company or individual that has a product that actually needs transported. The shipper can be the origin of the freight, a consignor, the destination of the freight, a receiver or consignee, or even a third party that controls the shipping process. Now, as we mentioned earlier, are the freight brokers, right? The freight brokers, they are the intermediary between the customer and the motor carrier, right? The broker is hired by the customer to arrange the customer's shipment for transport. The broker hires a motor carrier to pick up and deliver the shipment for their customer. And then we have the motor carriers. Usually simplified as just the carrier, a motor carrier is a person or company that transports the freight on their equipment, typically a truck. And they can range in size from one truck to literally thousands of trucks with many, many employees. Now, another industry player worth mentioning here are freight forwarders. You'll see them around the industry. Just like a freight broker, a freight forwarder connects their shipping customers with carriers, but goes a step farther. Forwarders take on a more specialized role, which can include storage of their customers' freight and arranging international shipments. Freight forwarders can sometimes be customers of freight brokers, and freight brokers can sometimes be customers of freight forwarders. Knowing where you are in the industry, understanding how the different parties and industry players function is absolutely essential in your success as a freight broker. Please refer back to our course, Freight Broker Basics, for more information on this topic. And if you found this video helpful, make sure you hit the subscribe button below. And remember, whether you believe you can or believe you can't, you're right.